Hey guys, welcome back to the podcast. This is episode 144. Can you believe it? Oh my gosh. All right. So today I want to talk about the summer decisions that the future you wishes you would make. So we're going to be talking about present us and future us. So we're going to be doing a little back and forth. It's going to be like one of those books you hate that like does the flashbacks, or maybe you love that. I don't know. But I want you to think about how many times future you has had to clean up a mess created by present you. Not because we're irresponsible or lazy or broken, but because in the moment, present you was tired or emotional or stressed or overwhelmed or distracted or simply wanted relief. And then future you inherited the consequences. Summer will give us hundreds of these moments. And I think some of the most obvious, like, we always start with the most obvious example and then work back, would be present you thinks it's really fun to drink and keep drinking. And then future you pays the consequences with a hangover. Or present you is really tired and stressed and kind of flies off the handle and yells at someone. And then future you gets to clean up that mess and go apologize. So those are big examples, but summer has hundreds of those moments. Vacation, the camp drop offs, road trips, restaurants, late nights, alcohol, emotional days, beach weekends. Summer is basically like a giant decision making season because there's no good routine, right? So we're just like in the moment picking stuff. And so in the moment, present you is going to make a lot of decisions. And future you is going to inherit the consequences. And so maybe future us would like us to make some better decisions. And so let's talk about that. You know, summer just exposes these in the moment decision making patterns a little bit more clearly. And so that's why I want to talk about it, because we are smack in the middle of summer. But our structure changes, our schedule changes, routines change, sun's out longer, people come into town, we're traveling, emotions maybe are running a little bit higher. Everything's a little more social, I think. Besides the holiday season, I find summer to be the most social. And then everything becomes just a little less predictable. And when predictability disappears, our default decision making patterns become very obvious. And so, right, when we aren't having this like beautiful structured routine, we realize like, oh, in the moment, me maybe doesn't make the best decisions about what we should have for dinner. Right. And so then we think I have a motivation problem because I can't stay on track, but really it's a decision making problem. And it's not terrible decisions. It's just we're making decisions from the wrong time frame. We're making decisions in the moment. And in the moment should not make food decisions generally. So most decisions come from one of two places. So this is like present me versus future me. Present me is like what sounds good right now, right? Like it's all about the motivational triad of like immediate gratification. So what feels good? What sounds good? What feels easy? What do I want right now? What would make this feeling go away, right? If I'm uncomfortable or whatever. Present me is not bad. Present me is just very human and is motivated by things that are easy and fun and feel good. That's it. Present me, if present me has 100% of the vote of what is going to happen, that's when there could be a problem, right? Because present me does not care about my goals at all. Present me does not care that I have been on a streak or that I have whatever race coming up and I need to train, right? Present me doesn't care about any of that. Present me is like, where can I eat, sleep, and rest? That's it. That's it. Future me asks very different questions, right? Future me asks, what will I be glad that I did? What will make tomorrow easier? What supports the life I'm trying to build? What helps me trust myself? Future me also is not perfect, right? Sometimes future me is a little bit boring, right? But future me is prepared. And so that distinction matters. Future me is not perfect, but future me is prepared. Present me is motivated by the motivational triad of like immediate gratification. So we can do a little exercise sometimes when we are trying to make decisions, but we can imagine ourselves either 1 year from now, or 3 years from now, or 5 years from now, whatever, still not perfect. Maybe our weight's not even different, not magically disciplined, but someone who trusts that they're going to do what they say they're going to do. Someone who follows through more often, who feels confident, strong, and capable, has habits that are kind of working, right? They feel normal, they don't feel hard. So our healthy habits feel easy to future me. So who is that person? And so I like to always access her when I am trying to plan for difficult things. So I go to future me and I'm like, what do you think I should do? Right? I do this with my clients all the time. So for summer, it would be something like vacation. So future me travels all the time. She's like a woman of the world and she has more time and money than I do. So she travels, but her habits are good and they're kind of locked in, and she doesn't like have to worry about her weight, like, because she just keeps everything in check. And so if I'm going on vacation now, I can go to her and be like, hey, how do you handle vacation? You go on vacation all the time, you do it so well, you don't gain weight, you still exercise. What does that look like? And then I can ask for that wisdom from future me of like, I wonder how she would handle this vacation that's coming up. And I can get some ideas. She's not going to say, be perfect, never have dessert, work harder. She'll say things like, I don't know, think ahead, like maybe make some boundaries. Don't create unnecessary suffering. Enjoy the moment without abandoning yourself. Be flexible, not feral. Right? So that's a lot of how I imagine and test vacation and things like that is by going to future me and asking, how would you handle this? I think the first time I did this exercise, it was more about like a holiday party. Like, how do you handle, like, how does future me, who like weight is stable, like trusts herself to make good decisions, doesn't like fly off the handle, how does she handle holiday parties? How does she handle alcohol? I wonder what she does. She probably has one, maybe two, but probably that's it. Okay, let me try that. Right. And then we experiment and see if that works. The other thing future me does pretty well, and we need to use that wisdom present time, is expecting obstacles. Right. So future me does not expect life to cooperate. She expects obstacles. So when I ask her what to do on vacation, that's why she's not going to tell me, like, just don't ever have dessert. Because she understands that there's going to be ice cream and alcohol and travel and poor sleep and emotional days and disruptions. Like, she knows, like, life is going to life and there are going to be obstacles. And so she is going to tell me, like, I don't know, pick one, maybe 2 nights to have dessert. That probably would work. Right? She's not going to say don't have dessert because she already knows that's not realistic and that there are obstacles. She knows perfection is a myth and that that is a plan for disaster. Like, we can't plan for that. If we plan for perfection, we will be disappointed 100% of the time. She's not shocked by these distractions or obstacles. She just plans for them. So lots of us can lose momentum because we're surprised by things that happen every summer. But future me is not surprised, right? So if I'm like, oh, we're going to go watch fireworks, we're going to do these things, we're going to go, everyone's going to be at the pool. And in the moment, it's like, I'm going to be so good. I'm not going to have anything. Future me is going to look at that and be like, that's cute, but that's not realistic. Right? Future me is going to be like, hey, when we go to the pool, we do this. Like, we drink water in between, like, we have this many alcoholic beverages if we're drinking. So it's going to be one or two, right? And we're going to have water first while we decide. And we're only going to have dessert if it's really, really good, if it's something really special. That's it. Easy breezy. Okay. Future me will ask questions like, what would help me enjoy this meal and feel good afterwards? Not perfection, just intention, right? Future me is just like, hey, just think about it, dude. Like, think about how you want to feel tomorrow. Think about, be intentional. Future me usually wants protein first because she doesn't like to be hungry either, right? So, present me on vacation might be like, right? Remember, present me is like immediate gratification, like it's vacation, YOLO, nothing counts, have the most fun. Like, future me is like, yeah, we can have fun without just being totally feral. It's a completely different mindset, right? One is, again, like we talked about it, it's like this really disengaged, like nothing counts, very mindless. And future me is never that way. She's very mindful. She's intentional. She understands that like vacation's going to end and life is going to resume, and we still want our clothes to fit. We want memories, not recovery. Okay. Girls' night, same thing, right? Present me will be like, I deserve it. I've worked so hard. Work was stressful. Like, drink, drink, drink. Future me is like, hey, the important thing is that I'm here with my friends. Like, I'm here with my pack. And I deserve a good night's sleep if I've been that stressed. And I'm not going to get that if I drink. And I really deserve to feel amazing tomorrow because I don't get that many days off and I don't want to be hungover. So, future me is just like, wants the connection without the consequences. So camp drop off, same like these emotional things are the same things too, right? I want camp to be like a really fun drop off. I know that in the moment, present me is going to be emotional and might want to eat, right? Because I'm dropping my babies off for 2 full weeks and I don't get to see them or talk to them. So present me is probably going to want to eat something that she shouldn't. Future me is like, hey, if you need a little something, it's not the end of the world. Like, let's be compassionate, but pick the one thing. Like, are we going to have comfort food, comfort drink, or one or the other? Like, that's it. Future me wants support, not self sabotage. So, I think what can be helpful is if you are thinking about something ahead of time. So if we're planning, this is much easier, right? If we're planning vacation, drop off, pool party, whatever, our Friday nights at the pool, if future me could tell me what to do, if she had a vote, what would she suggest? That's it, right? Not like what rules would she say or what's the perfect choice? Just like if she had a vote, what would she say? If she was like, I can help you make this easier, what does that look like? And sometimes the answer will surprise you. Um, so just remember, like, future me does not really get surprised. She plans and she's intentional and she anticipates obstacles. So the nicest thing we can do for her is to not make so many in the moment decisions without considering her and then leaving her just all the recovery work of like cleaning up all our mess, right? We're not trying to be perfect at all. That is never the goal. That's not real. But we are trying to make life maybe a little easier for tomorrow me. Like not even 1 year from now, but like tomorrow is still that's a different future me, right? Future me tomorrow shouldn't have to pay the price for bad decisions today. So that's all. Our goal is to make every day as easy as possible. Tomorrow will be easier if I let future me have a little bit of a say in whatever the decision is that I'm trying to make. We're not trying to be flawless or perfect, but just when you're trying to make decisions this week in the moment, especially about food, just like what what will I be glad that I did? What will future me tomorrow be glad that I did today? And if it's something bigger, something that feels a little more difficult to navigate, then we can go to that future me a year from now or whatever and just ask for some wise sage advice. Like, how do you handle holiday parties? How do you handle beach days? How do you handle Friday nights at the pool? What are your suggestions? What, and then we try those things on like clothes, right? Because the first suggestion might not work perfectly. Again, no perfect, but it might not work as well as we want it to. And so maybe we need a second suggestion, and maybe we need to try a second trick, and maybe then we need to try a third one. And we try them on like clothes, like cats, whatever, until we find the solution that works for us that moment. So we can more effortlessly navigate some of these things that happen in the summer, because while it can be a little unpredictable for schedule, these things are going to keep happening. We're going to go to the pool. We're going to go to the beach. Like we're going to have cookouts. These are things that happen every summer. So the sooner we can learn how to navigate them without making future me pay the price, the better we'll be. All right. We're doing this work deeper in the membership. You should come check it out over there. I'll make sure the link's in the show notes. Talk to you guys next week. Bye.